7 o'clock, highlighting small businesses in our area, the Smithtown area, Brookhaven, and actually all of Long Island. And we think that you're going to enjoy the show and have an opportunity to meet some of the local merchants and some of the business people that make products and offer you services in the area. And I have one of the founding members of the Irish Business Network, a fellow by the name of Ed Cunningham, with me today. Ed, welcome.
Good evening, Pat.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Ed was one of the founding members, along with another gentleman that I know named Mike Hanley. And the organization has grown from just a few members, probably a few years ago, and I'll let Ed tell you a little bit more, to quite a large number. Back in the day, I used to belong to a networking organization called BNI, and we had about 30 members, and that's kind of one of the more commonly known entities around for networking. There's another organization called The Tip, and I always found that some of these organizations had a little bit too much structure. A lot of the folks didn't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to have breakfast at 7. And the Irish Business Network is a lot less flexible and is attractive to a lot more people. So with that, how many members does the organization have?
Currently, we have in excess of about 175 members. We just celebrated our second-year anniversary at the end of August, where we had our backyard barbecue over in Kings Park at D.S. Shanahan's. And it just seems every month we keep on growing, 2 or 3 to half a dozen people at a time.
That's fantastic. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the group, and that's how everybody was telling me about it. In fact, some of the local politicians, I think it was Mike Fitzpatrick, mentioned it. John McDaniel, our mutual friend, he's been busting my chops to join for the longest time, and I'm happy I did. Now, my wife asked me an interesting question, being of a little bit of Spanish in her, a little bit of French. Well, what if you're not Irish?
If you're not Irish, it's not a problem. The original concept of the Irish Business Network that was developed and created by Mike Hanley was to bring together people of Irish descent, business owners and professionals, to help do both professionally, civic, and community-minded events. Shortly afterwards, we revamped that mindset to allow anyone who is a business professional, a business owner based here on Long Island, that's looking to not only get the word out on their business, but also to make new contacts, friends, relationships with people that maybe not indirectly can help them, but maybe indirectly introduce them to other people or contacts or clients that they're doing there. I have an adage that, as long as if you're not directly a descendant of Irish descent, you can either know someone who's Irish, be married to somebody who's Irish, or if you happen to throw back a pint with somebody who's Irish, that would qualify too.
Well, you know what? If I wasn't Irish, I would definitely qualify anyway. And then, listen, if you go to the parade, you're pretty much in.
Correct.
Right? What I like about it is the fact that, again, some of these other entities, I don't want to go into a networking group and be treated like a baby, and people, well, you have to have 7 referrals by next month or you're out of the group, and then you can run into some high quality people in a networking group, and then maybe some people that are selling brownies door to door, and you really don't have a need for that. And I never really was an advocate of being forced to network with people if you didn't have any confidence, and I like the flexibility of the IBN. And I understand, it's pretty reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah, membership is relatively inexpensive. The membership currently, I believe, is $125, which basically allows you to have access to all of our events that we run on a monthly basis. We have two big events per year that are fee-based. Actually, one of them is fee-based, which is our large meeting in April that we do at the AOH Division 7 Hall. That you've been at.
Yeah.
And then we have our annual backyard barbecue. And then we have a couple of little different things that are going on. But in general, it is a very inexpensive thing to join. And basically, everyone that has joined to this date, no one's said anything, a question about how much is to join.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how do I get involved.
And it's only, that's annually.
That's correct. It's an annual one-time fee. There are no monthly dues. There are no monthly fees. There are no demanding requirements. If you don't make a meeting, you're not counted as an absence.
Yeah. And most of the meetings also are kind of geared towards people-owned businesses that work. So at night.
Correct. The original format was to try to do this, either on a quarterly basis. Initially, when it was coming off the ground, we quickly turned it into a monthly event because we saw the demand for people that liked the concept. And what we do is we pick the last Tuesday of every month, except for certain months where it doesn't conflict with holidays like Memorial Day, Labor Day, things like that. And then we do it from 5:30 to 7:30.
Perfect.
And we basically travel around to different venues, generally restaurants that can give us either a private room or a private section. They'll host us some food, and there's generally a cash bar at all the events except for one that's all inclusive of the one in April. And basically it's designed for people that are coming out of work to, stop on the way home, meet some people. You can still get home at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
You're not getting up at the crack of dawn, and we've all done those meetings.
I have a 2-year-old. I get up at the crack of dawn already.
You get up early, but it's not a demanding weekly schedule or a bi-monthly, or that you have to be worried about bringing leads. And if you don't bring leads, are you going to be thrown out of the group?
Yeah.
There's also a nice thing is that there's no exclusivity. I don't care if we have 5 mortgage brokers, 5 bankers, 3 electricians. The concept here is for people to meet and greet and develop relationships. From that, relationships will develop business leads and contacts, whether they are for your business or somebody else you're networking with. And that's really the concept.
Okay, that's perfect. And I also understand that there's some charitable events that go on. I know Angela's House is a very important entity. And what do they do? Special need. It's a special needs community based type of organization. Yeah,
Angela's House is something that Michael has worked with closely, even prior to Irish Business Network. Basically, they provide assistance with special needs children. Children that may not be deemed to maybe have Down syndrome but are special needs, have difficulty coping with things in life, or cannot conceptually handle daily lives and things of that nature. And what we've done in the last 2 years, and we'll be doing it again for our 3rd year, is we run an annual toy drive at our November meeting.
Oh wow.
And basically what we do is we get people to bring unwrapped toys. And we generally look for books, videos, simple things that for these children that can't maybe conceptualize or handle toys, but can possibly be read or be read to.
Wow.
And that we donate these gifts to Angela's House. They in turn will take them, wrap them, and give them to a needy child that may not receive any gifts, or the family cannot afford it. A couple other things that we do, talking about community stuff. We also do a food drive. We'll be doing our annual food drive in October. Last year we donated 18 boxes of food to the St. Joseph Parish Food Pantry. They were overwhelmed. We actually showed up in there. Cupboards were close to bare, and we basically stocked the shelves. We had an overwhelming outpouring of members just showing up with everything from a single box of pancake mix to bags of groceries.
That's wonderful.
All dry goods, nothing that's either dairy or a wheat-based product that's has expires. But we had a tremendous outpouring. Our greatest difficulty is making sure we have enough cars to transport the stuff from the event.
Wow.
And this year we'll be doing that in October, at the end of October, at Mulcahy's.
Wonderful. With the market. Again, I'm in the financial services business. Things are getting tough out there. All the charities are hurting, and these bigger entities, United Way, and all of those types of organizations, they get a lot of money. But a lot of the local people that need assistance, sometimes they go without. It's great that you guys are keeping some of the stuff local.
Yeah, well, we're trying to keep stuff local, and we also open up for the membership. For instance, this year we're doing our first annual golf outing at Great Rock Country Club out in Wading River.
Great course.
Yes, and we're looking forward to it on the 16th. The prime beneficiary of that will be Angela's House, where we'll take a certain percentage of the proceeds that are raised at that event and donate it to Angela's House, so that they can use those monies to continue funding the programs that they're doing, supporting the staff and the children needed. We also do, and then we'll be doing our 2nd annual scholarship at the end of the 2009 school year. Last year we awarded the first $500 scholarship to a graduating senior from Kings Park High School. We put that out to, initially was Kings Park. We'll be expanding that program to people who submit students, whether they're children of members or family members or a friend of somebody there. We have just some 3 basic requirements. Graduating senior of Irish descent, need to have at least a B average and looking to study business in college.
Nice.
Major in there. So we're looking forward to this year to doing it again and continuing that scholarship fund. Excellent.
Excellent. Now, if somebody wanted to join, we put the website up. Is there a way on the website to get an application, or do they have to make a call?
Absolutely. If you go to the website listed on the bottom of your monitor, basically from there you can get all information regarding the organization, what we're all about. There's a business members directory, so as you become a member, you get listed in that directory. You also will be part of the contact list that's part of the member directory of 175 people. Also on there, you'll see things from pictures from prior events, which is really cool. You get to see things that were going on and see the fun that people have doing these things. You'll also have the opportunity to do advertising and sponsorship for your business.
Great.
They're promoted every event.
I noticed the website already, and it's for those of you out there that are looking to join. Maybe you're a member of a civic association right now or a chamber of commerce. They come out with these quarterly, actually it's not even a quarterly, annual booklets. You pay a fee. It takes about 2 years before you actually see your name in there. I think I joined the Irish Business Network now. I think I'm a member about a month, and I was playing around with the website, and I was shocked to already see all of my information up there. And it seems to be the way it's categorized. I mean, you can go right through it if you need help with, an insurance policy or something like that. Very, very easy access, quick, and again, if you're looking to do business, this is a great opportunity. If you're looking for a business owner in the community, again, it's always been my belief: keep your business, keep the dollars local. We all benefit by that. This is a huge list of businesses in the area, so it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, the other nice thing about the website, and Michael really handles the website piece, and he does a tremendous job with it, is everything from downloading the membership applications on there, the event schedule with location, address, name of venue, what's going on. If it's a special event, it'll tell you there. It'll also say if there's sponsorship availability there. He has it set up where you can just pay for things right online through PayPal. So if you want to do your membership via your credit card, you can do it right online. If you want to send a corporate check in, you can do your sponsorships that way. And then we do, generally a monthly and sometimes a bi-monthly email blast of promoting an event, and the sponsors are part of that, and their logos go out. So it's also a way to advertise your business.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, with what we're going to eventually do, and again, this is, as I explained to our hopefully millions of viewers out there, if we have any luck at all.
All 6 of them?
All 6, and they're all my relatives, by the way.
Okay, that's good.
But, one of the benefits that we're going to bring as part of the group is to have these shows, and I don't know how, our executive officers are going to divvy those spots out, but we're going to talk a little bit about the show, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We'll talk about the networking group, and then we'll have maybe 2 people on each show to kind of talk about the business. And it's an opportunity that probably on Channel 4, maybe it costs $300,000, $400,000 for a slot like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Free advertising is always good.
So why don't we start with the boss here? Why don't we start with Ed's company, Alternative Communication Solutions, and I know a little bit about what he does, and I'm probably going to need his help, but what does your company do?
Essentially what we are is a full-service communications company. And what that means in a nutshell is we have 3 different segments of our business. Most common thing is we install, sell, and maintain digital and converged voice over IP phone systems. And we generally deal with the small to mid-sized marketplace in the New York metropolitan area, as well as dealing with clients that have a national footprint that have multiple sites throughout the United States. We do everything from maintaining your existing phone system, updating it, upgrading it, replacing it. If you're relocating your offices, we'll take you from site A to site B. part of that would be handling the infrastructure cable, which would be the voice data, the jacks that you plug in your phone and computer to so it makes it work, as well as coordinating the move. And the last piece that we also do is we help our clients with what we call the carrier services, the phone companies, the internet providers. We can help coordinate, move their existing, as well as recommend and suggest alternate carriers that may offer a better service, better reliability, lower cost to operate, and basically help them improve their bottom line. What we do to differentiate ourselves, because there's a lot of people out there that are, you're a phone vendor, or you sell phone lines, or you're a cable guy. Yes, we are in certain components if you break it down that way. And if you're looking for it as a commodity item, there's a lot of people out there that do that.
Yeah.
But what we specialize in is basically going in and helping business owners understand their business, understand their business challenges, and help them through applications, whether it be replacing or upgrading their existing phone system, or adding or modifying their current system, to give them the tools, whether it be simple thing of adding an automated attendant to answer the calls, to offload having a live person answer, which is very expensive, and having those calls route that way. Very, very inexpensive thing to add, frees up, and you have a 7x24 employee.
I wish I met you 5 years ago, because I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm not sure they even know, but to kind of put it in terms of a small business owner out there. You decide one day you want to leave a banking job and you want to start up a flower shop. You can go to Staples and buy, and this is exactly what ended up happening to me when I started out, and this is why you need Ed. You go to Staples. If you're going to have more than one phone line, you get a 2 or 3 line piece of equipment in Staples that maybe you can have 4 or 5 different receivers. Okay, so that's, again, A to Z, starting a business is crazy. So you buy the equipment. Now you got to go and you got to call somebody. Verizon. There was another company out there, Conversant, that I got involved in very, very early on. There seems to be a little bit of an area in between there, in between a one-line system and what they call, I guess, a T1, where, if you have a 5 or 6 person office, how many lines do you need? How does that translate into buying the equipment, and then, like you said, the voice IP over? I don't really even know what he's talking about, but do you have some type of mechanism that if somebody calls, do you have music on hold? How do you transfer phone calls? I mean, all of these basic things, that was where I had an issue. And, Ed handles, I guess, from, one person office all the way to 1,000 people.
Yeah, generally, most of the businesses that come to us is through referral. We have a large client base. Again, we take a consultative approach as opposed to what we call as a box sale approach. Whereas, you call me up, I give you a number, hopefully you buy. If it sticks on the wall, great. If not, no big deal. Most of the clients that come to us are referred to us either by existing clients or business relationships that we've made through the different groups like the B&Is or the Litets or the Irish Business Networks over the years that we've been doing that. Most of the clients that are just starting out may need some guidance, is what you're referring to. And one of the things I'm working on right now with a small group of people is putting in a business in a box concept, which is going to be an offshoot of my primary business, but to help small businesses that are just starting out, the 1 or 2 man person, like you yourself was 5 years ago, and maybe give him some of the tools that he needs, whether it be setting up some phone lines and phones, getting a copy, getting a couple of PCs. But it is very difficult if you haven't done it before. Most of the clients that I deal with have gone through that early stage and are now looking to get to the next step. Generally, they've exceeded the 5, 6 employees. They need more than just a 2 or 3 line phones. They need a voicemail. They need what we call as a business phone system. And that's where we come in to help sit down with them saying, hey, what's going on? Where are you going with your business? Do you have a budget for this? What are we looking to accomplish? Where do we want to go from here? And look at their growth and their business goals. And from there, help them try to implement the right technology. Whether it could be something very simple in the beginning, but on the back end, like you said, we talked about what voice over IP is. VoIP. A lot of people don't know about what that is. They think about it, oh, it's Cablevision, I can get, I can do Skype on the internet and stuff like that. VoIP is a very big acronym in the industry. It stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. And in layman terms, it's just basically, instead of picking up the phone or the old copper line that you got from the phone company, or we call as a POTS line, and you got dial tone, is now we're doing that over your internet connection. And it's designed to help lower costs, but in some cases, the service quality is not as good. So what we do is we help people understand the technologies, decide what technology best fits their need, give them the understanding of what to expect, and then implement it and support it.
And for the folks out there, again, when I first started, I made a couple of phone calls to the wrong people, and I immediately got the impression, and it was incorrect at that time, that, well, again, the Staples $200 phone, and I'll figure out the phone lines and some piece of garbage answering machine, or spending $50,000. And the truth is, somebody like you, there are packages that can be designed that are affordable for, again, a smaller business where, you're not going to have to go out and get one of these T1s and,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sometimes I get referrals and somebody's opening the business. I'll tell them, order a couple of lines, go to Staples, buy a couple of single line sets, get that set up there. If you need help, I can send one of my guys over, but get your business off the ground, because they don't have a budget. They just need to know what to do, not being told this is what you need, not understanding why. And I've had some clients that, they thanked me, and a year later, their business has grown, they call me back, and they say, we're ready for that business system now that you told us that we would be ready for at this point. So it's a matter of sometimes not making a sale is the right decision for a client, or you make the right recommendation, and that goes a long way.
I think, maybe what we should do at some point, too, because, again, this would have been something that would have been really, really valuable to me. And I'm an ex-banker, so getting the business certificate, getting a bank account set up, the initial financial stuff was easy. But, again, the phones, going out and buying, or leasing, for that matter, a good quality photocopying piece of equipment. Maybe we should put together a little panel and do one of these shows on just kind of, a small business A to Z setup. What kind of equipment you might need, different opportunities you have. I think that would be fun.
I think that would be an excellent idea. I have people that would be more than glad to come on and help us with that panel.
Okay, that would be great. That would be great. The economy, how do you think that's affecting businesses in the area? Are people hanging in there? Or?
I think a lot of people are hurting right now in different areas. I have clients. Some clients are doing unbelievably well because their industry is not affected by the economy. There are clients and friends of mine that their business is totally tied to what's going on with the economy. Mortgage brokers, the banking, the credit loan, the credit offices. They're all struggling to try to get lines of credit for business owners, trying to get a lease approved, whether it's for their home or for their business. I have friends that are in real estate, and they're just saying it's probably one of the worst years they've seen in a long time, because people are holding tight. They don't want to move because they don't know what's going on. They want to hold on and see what's happening, especially it's a presidential election year. They want to see who's getting in the White House, and a lot of times that'll determine whether or not everybody's happy and feels comfortable, or people are still on pins and needles. The construction industry, you look on Long Island, construction industry is slow. You look in Manhattan, construction industry is doing well. People are building buildings, residential. It's an unbelievable different makeup between the island and the city. And sometimes it's the reverse. And I think it does trickle down to a lot of businesses. Certain things are commodity items. You have to have them. So there's a constant renewal, supplies, photocopiers, things you have to renew your leases, things that you have in place already. So, but I think overall, there's been a decent effect on the island, and I'm hoping, based over the next couple of months and what happens with the Senate right now with this proposed $700 billion bailout. Whether or not that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for our economy.
Scary.
Very scary.
Well, you know what? I'm happy that we have a group like this too, because again, a big believer in, if you live in a neighborhood and you know that a certain fellow provides a service and you trust him and he does a good job, I think, if we can do our job and keep a lot of that business local, help each other out, I think our community will continue to thrive. I think Kings Park, Smithtown area, we still have, one of the nicest places to live anywhere in Long Island, and Long Island is one of the best places in the world. So
it certainly is, and in the King, like you said, the Kings Park, Smithtown, surrounding areas. The people I've met, and I've only been here 14 years, but the people I've met are people that I'll know for the rest of my life. People that you can call up and you need help, whatever it's, I need something, help at home with something, or I got something going on in business. Can you help me out? Those are the type of people, and those are the relationships that we try to foster in the Irish Business Network, is get that type of networking, is basically, to get people to think outside the box. I don't want to lead today. I want you to think about me, know me, get to learn about me, and then in your daily travels, you're with one of your clients, and all of a sudden they say, hey, what's going on? You seem bothered today. And you're like, oh, you know what? My copy is on the fritz. I can't get this company coming down, or my phone system's down again, or my phone lines are not working. And it's really driving me crazy. Hey, you know what? I got a good friend of mine that may be able to help you out. You want me to have him give you a call? Here's his number. And that's what you want to have happen. You don't want to just have that, as we've all done, that hard lead exchange and call them, and it's like a hit or miss.
I'm not a good salesman, so I mean, if it's. And I'm really getting the impression it is like this. It's friends, family, business. As long as you folks don't mind a pretty horrific golfer coming out from time to time, it is my honor to be part of the group.
You can hack with me any day.
Well, I'm going to take you up on that, fella. And Ed, listen, I want to thank you for being on the show today. And we're going to, again, folks, we're going to be doing this every Monday night, 7 o'clock, for the next few months at least. And then we're going to hopefully we'll renew the spot. So again, if you have an interest in the Irish Business Network, give us a call, go to the website, log on. If you need any information, let us know. But again, it's a very, very reasonably priced organization, and we do a lot of good things in the community, and we have a lot of fun. So if you'd like to join, let us know. We'd be honored. And my man, it was a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Pat. Appreciate it.
Good show. Right there.